Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new video, and welcome to the very world-famous Gorky Park. And I thought I'd take you for a walk on this very beautiful Monday evening here in Moscow, and I thought we'd go and have just a little walk around, and I want to show you some interesting things that happen here on these beautiful evenings in Gorky Park here in Moscow. Let's go! As I'm walking through the gates at the entrance of Gorky Park, it is currently 7:30 p.m. and we're still a little bit away from sunset time, but I think it's just a very nice time to come for a walk here in Gorky Park and have a look at the scenery and have a look at the architecture. And perhaps we'll even see some nice plants and trees and just get an idea what happens on a Monday evening here in Moscow, Russia. The arch that I've just passed through here, perhaps on video and on YouTube it doesn't look that big, but it's really very imposing when you walk in, and that's quite normal with a lot of parks in Moscow and in Russia generally. They were just built so big and so oversized and, you know, made for a lot of people to come walking like this in the evenings and just go for a stroll, have a look at the flowers. Maybe everybody's having a look at each other at the same time, but it's just such a nice spot to come to. Perhaps stop for some photos. Have a look at how green it is now after winter in Russia and all the snow. And now, only a couple of months later, it just becomes more beautiful by the day. I know a lot of people have been asking me for quite a lot of months to come to some parks and to get outside and not make so many videos in shopping centers. So today, this is for everybody who wants to see a nice park video and just enjoy the evening. One of the centerpieces of the park is this water fountain and this small pond. Now, it's really not that deep, and pretty much it's made just for ducks. Everybody sits here and just relaxes and enjoys the water. And it's also just that little bit cooler as well, especially now with the shade coming over. And you get that little waft of water from the fountain. Beautiful place. And everybody just chilling out and enjoying it and just enjoying this evening. Most people would have finished work by now, so a lot of people come down to the park after work. Maybe some people didn't even go to work today. So it's always nice to make a plan to come to one of the parks in Moscow if you can. Almost any time you come to Gorky Park, there's lots of people playing different sports, and there's actually quite a lot of different sports that they play here. And this part by the pond has table tennis, and lots of people want to play, you know, kind of competitively or just for fun. These guys even brought their own net as well, so they must be serious. The park is actually really very big to walk around and try to get it onto one video, but I always think that this water fountain is definitely worth a second look and to just enjoy the water fountain. I think they actually have music that plays every hour, and I'm always going to miss it no matter when I come to try to make a video about it. So perhaps this is the unlucky part of the time when it's not playing. There's something interesting that I always find when I come to this park, because on one hand it's beautiful and green and trees everywhere, lots of benches, lots of people just coming for a nice walk. And then on the other hand, there's also lots of pavement and bitumen everywhere, and there's something very Soviet about it, something very Russian about the place that, you know, that's stood the test of time. You know, it's really a nice place to walk. Of course, lots of people on bikes and scooters. So that's the whole idea behind the park, that you can come and just walk how you like. And if you've got a bike or something like that, why not use the paths? And then on the other hand, you can walk into these little alleyways and just relax under the trees. Perhaps my filming skills aren't the best, and I'm not very cinematic with some of the filming that I do, but these flowers are very nice. Now, the park itself has a lot of gardeners and people that take care of this park, and then as the seasons change, they prepare it for the next coming season. So they plant things ahead of time to bloom at certain months. And these flowers are just stunning. It kind of almost makes you want to touch them. People are just so polite here that they won't walk in them or want to pick them. They'll just want to admire them. There's lots of different times that I've been to this park. I've also been here in the absolute middle of winter, when you are literally the only person here. And then you can come on a day like today, and there is thousands of people. Now I'm very curious, where everybody lives watching this, do they put beanbags in your local park and just let you lounge on them and hang out like this? Now these are put out by the local administration as part of the park, and they'll be took in every evening. But where you live, would it just be like this? Or do you think they'll be gone and missing by now? I think I should start my own traveling with Russell walking tours here in Moscow. I'm doing these videos and then walking around so often on my own, and it's kind of a shame that I can't be with other people doing it and pointing out some of the things, you know, as I walk around. You know, it's a beautiful park to come for a walk. It's about a matter of timing it for sunset, and that's what I'm trying to do today. It's probably a little bit hard to see here through the net, but they're actually playing beach volleyball. And I can't remember coming here and walking through this part in winter, but it would have been absolutely covered in snow, of course. But now, beach volleyball going on, and then a little bit loud, someone's got some music playing, and they're playing full court basketball right here. And just pretty much casual basketball. They probably don't know each other, and they just turn up for a game. And you know, as somebody turns up, they join in, and then as somebody leaves, all good. There's also a really nice eat market in the middle of Gorky Park. It's usually busy no matter when you come. And of course, later in the evening, people are here for dinner. And check this out. You can actually sit in a car right there. That's pretty neat. And there's all these different food vans or caravans that they've set up that you can actually just order food from and then sit down and eat it. And they go all the way down the building here. And there's actually some seating areas inside as well. And most of it's fast food style food. Not particularly Russian, but it's okay. But definitely you can find something nice to eat and just hang out. There's different stands with different things. Pretty sure this one must be the beer one. Everybody's enjoying an evening beer before sunset. Maybe they're warming up to go down to the river and have a look at my thing that I really want to show you, that I want to save for later in the video. It's probably one of the more famous things to do here on the summer evenings. If you came to Gorky Park, you need to let me know in the comments what you would prefer to do. Perhaps sit on the grass and read a book. Maybe find a nice bench, do some people watching. I'm fairly sure everybody that sits here watches everybody walk by just like me. Or you think you'd want to get a little bit sporty and maybe play table tennis or basketball. I'm probably not cut out for volleyball, but there's definitely plenty of people that are good at it here in Russia. According to my best calculations, the sunset is in about 1 hour from now, and just behind the buildings the sun is slowly setting. So it depends on where I stand. We're either really going to see it or we're really going to miss it. One or the other. We just need to get down to the river now. As you get further into the park, the bitumen becomes gravel, and then you're really walking in Gorky Park now. And you can see also all these different walkways and laneways where you can discover. Now, if you actually do come here in winter, especially the bitumen paths, they do actually clear them, so you can definitely walk here in winter time. This middle parts like this, they won't clear the paths because it's just too many to do. But it's so contrasting from when you walk in, and then when you walk not more than about half an hour further into the park, it then becomes almost like you're in the woods. There is a couple of other ponds in the park as well, and there's possibly some fish in here. If these guys are trying their hand at fishing, hopefully they'll catch dinner tonight. If not, they'll be heading to the local supermarket on the way home to show their trophies. And there's actually people here with these pedal cars. Now they're a little bit far away to see them, but you can actually rent these. And I think you pay for it by the hour. And then you can go around this pond. And again, this is hard to kind of grasp that literally a 45-minute walk from here and you're practically at the Kremlin. The other nice thing to do is to find these little cafes that are dotted around. There isn't too many of them inside the park, but the Eat Market and then these little small coffee shop style ones where you can actually sit down and have something to eat. The one on the left here has actually got table service as well, so you can get something from the menu or just sit and enjoy the view. I think that's what everybody seems to be doing. There's lots and lots of chairs and seats all around the park, so there's no excuses. If you really want to walk the whole park, you can, or if you want to sit down and just chill out, grab a chair and you're good to go. It's probably hard to get a perspective of how many people are in the park because it's such a huge area in the center of Moscow. There'd have to be 30 or 40,000 people in here. And this is on a Monday evening in Moscow. I mean, granted, it's a beautiful day and it was nice and warm for the last few days in a row. So a lot of people would have finished work and then decided to come down here and do exactly what I'm doing and getting my steps count up for the day. So I've just come across this busker. Now the actual busker is this guy, and this little guy just turned up on his scooter right there and asked can he have a go with the guitar, and then just have a look at the crowd that's suddenly just decided to join him. He can't be more than 8 years old, I don't think. Maybe 7 or 8 years old. And this guy is absolutely going for it. And remember, this is the guy that's here busking, and he's even filming this guy. And isn't it always the thing that the guitar guy and the drummer always gets the girls? And have a look, he gets a free pick of the stall of all these beautiful girls who are just jealous that he's just picked up the guitar. And he wasn't even the one busking. Wow. Not sure of the song or any words that he's singing, but still, it doesn't really matter. And we're right here by the pond, everybody pedaling around, and then this young guy, absolutely confidence for days, and he hands the guitar back to the real busker. And this guy here, and off he goes. Good job. Really and truly, and he rides off into the sunset with all the girls following him now. I think if that young guy put the little pot of money down, or the, what do you call that, like the hat to collect the money, he can get himself a free scooter with about 3 songs. That was pretty cool and completely impromptu here in Gorky Park. There's actually another stand here with food, and this one has crepes and churros. Not so Russian food, but obviously everybody must think it's good. The line's nice and long. Perhaps this French cuisine is something I need to give a try one time that I come here. I always wonder when I'm walking through Gorky Park where everybody else is going, because everybody just keeps walking and walking in this direction. Okay, there's occasionally someone coming in the other direction, but where does everybody end up walking to? Are they going to the next metro station? Are they going to a certain point and then turning around? Everybody needs to let me know, especially if you've been to Gorky Park before. What's your main reason to come here? I wonder if those fishermen on the other side noticed there was a no fishing sign. Really not sure what they'd catch in here. There's that many pedal boats running around, probably scaring the fish, that you'd be struggling to catch anything. And it's not very deep water either, so even if you actually were trying to catch something, I'm not sure where they'd hide. One more pond to admire, and there's actually a few white swans on the other side over there, if you can just see them. Looks like everybody in the cafe perhaps throws them something to eat. Now in Australia we actually have black swans, which are our state bird, and here in Russia the white swans. How beautiful are they? Looks like there's a personal trainer here in the park as well, and perhaps maybe a running club, I think. And they're running up and down the steps here of this bridge. Now this is just a little bit too much for me, but he's having them literally, no chance, run up and down these steps for fun. And the coach stays down the bottom here, and he sends them all up the hill, or up the steps, to this bridge. What a way to spend your evening in Gorky Park. Finally we make it down to the embankment, and this is the part that I really want to show you. And of course we've got the sunset just off in the background, and in the evenings, pretty much for about the next couple of months, all these people gather to do dancing. Now you're going to see all sorts of different levels of dancing. So you're going to see, of course, couples dancing. You're going to see this gentleman doing his own freestyle right there. And then depending on when they change the music, other people will join in. And then there's different levels, so off in the distance there's one group, and then there's one just in front of me here. It's quite a lot of people for this group. And then further down is the other group on the other side of the amphitheater there. So there's different music and different themes at these different spots where you come here. Now I decided to come right down to the river. Now of course everybody's up on the edge there looking down, and then the music playing, and these are really very good dancers, let me say. Now the music is a little bit loud, but it's okay, and they really get going. Amazing, really and truly. Wow. Hopefully YouTube doesn't mind the background music. I'm trying to talk over it, unfortunately, because that's the only way to alleviate the copyright claims. Now these are actually doing ballroom dancing, and I didn't realize until now that there's different styles that they do depending on the different dance floors. So, and then there's a lady in the middle doing a little bit of freestyle, and then another lady here, and then just like me, all the jealous ones that wish we could come down here, or we need just a little bit more courage to get involved. But just look at the view at the same time. Wow. So the first dance floor that we saw there was mostly ballroom and I'm going to say almost a little bit more serious dancers. And I was told this one right here by the bridge is the hustle dance floor. Now, if someone can please explain to me what is the hustle. It's apparently an American style of dancing. Now, of course, the music changes, but this is the hustle dance floor. And there's different, seriousness to everybody dancing. And the music is the hustle style. I always catch it right between the songs, but still it's very nice to see, and everybody getting into it. And I'm fairly sure most of these couples are used to the cameras coming to dance. And then someone like me just walking right through the middle. I think it's completely okay. The hustle dance floor. Very, very nice. And this third dance floor has people that are doing bachata, merengue, and different, let's call it Hispanic, Spanish style dancing. And the actual theme of the music's a little bit different as well. And there's quite a lot more people here at this dance floor. Now, a lot of them are waiting for their certain song to come on. And at this dance floor, they actually also have some teachers who will go through the steps and, in between the different songs that are playing. So this is the bachata and merengue dance floor. And literally, you grab a partner and come on out and do some dancing. And hopefully I can walk just through everybody here. Again, I don't want to get too up close. Have a look at everybody up the top, looking down. So I wonder if it's all the men wanting to come down to dance with the ladies, or if it's all the ladies that want to find a man and come and do some dancing. Let me know in the comments what you think. Would you have the nerve to come down these steps and dance? Or would you be up on the top level up there watching? And mate, the thing is, there's single ladies and single men all around the dance floor, and it's just a matter of grabbing somebody, and absolutely politely people will grab you and go and dance. How nice. Now, I don't really have any dancing feet. Of course, if you remember back at the start of the video, I came for a walk in Gorky Park. Of course, we're still here, the Moscow River, and then all these beautiful houses on the other side of the river. What a view they've got looking back over to Gorky Park. And then on evenings like this, it's just something else. And all of the different couples. I mean, most of these people don't know each other, and it really is just completely freestyle. It's just a matter of somebody grabbing somebody and going and dancing. Amazing. I probably could make an entire video just of the dancing and showing the couples, the men, the ladies. But I thought I'd just do this general walkthrough of Gorky Park and show you the dancing here at the end, because it's just such a nice thing to come and see. And I can't dance, but I can definitely enjoy watching other people do it and making a video for you to watch wherever you are in the world. You know, this is a very famous place, and to me, it's somewhere I can just get a train from where I live and come for a walk here and make videos for you guys. So I hope you're enjoying it. I almost feel that coming to this upstairs level to watch them dance is actually even better, because you can get an overview of everybody. You can see the boats going up and down the river. You can see the bridge. And then all of the ladies and men who come to do the exact same thing I'm doing and wondering, should they go down there? Have they got the courage to go down the steps and then maybe go on the dance floor? Or are they going to just stay up here and enjoy the view? I think there's something about this sunset time here in Gorky Park, you know, and then all of the people that need a little bit of Dutch courage. Now for me, it's a few beers and then I'd be down there. But otherwise, other than now, no chance. What a view, really and truly. Have a look. And all the people on the sides. So pretty much all the ladies and some of the men are looking for dance partners. So if you're somewhere in the world and you're watching this on your TV, there is a never-ending supply of Russian ladies looking for dance partners. And if not, you can come and see the sunset. It is a little bit of a battle of the music. Of course, you can hear a couple of different speakers playing music at the same time. But that's the idea of the embankment down here. You can do different styles and come and go as you please. And then I wonder if they ever use this amphitheater here. I don't think I've ever seen anything going on. And then looking down at this third section over here. This is where the biggest crowds tend to be, and especially because they do a lot of the dance lessons as well. So a lot of people like to be getting help with how to dance, especially if you can't. And then of course there's definitely people down there that know what they're doing. I'm very curious for everybody who's watching. Is your local park this busy on a Monday night? Now the time is 9:30 p.m. The sun, of course, has set about half an hour ago. But is there this many people just casually relaxing in the park, going for a walk, out with kids and babies on a Monday night? There is just as many people here now as there was when I first arrived. As I navigate my way to the exit and find my way to the metro to go home. Is there this many people in a park where you live? I'm very curious. I really do hope you enjoyed this walk around of Gorky Park here in the center of Moscow. I hope you've enjoyed all the different sights that I've pointed out and the dancing. Of course, the music's quite loud. I'm not sure how it'll come out on the final part of the video. It's very difficult whenever music plays to not get in trouble from YouTube because of the background music. So that's why I talk a lot over the music, because then it kind of disrupts what they're hearing. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. That will be super nice. Maybe post a comment. Would you come to the park just to sit and relax? Would you come to do some sport? Or maybe come and do some dancing like we saw? Perhaps I can come back and just make a video just about the people dancing there by the river, because I think it'd even be possible to make an entire video about it. If you want to follow me on Telegram, I posted some nice photos today of me out and about here in the park. And if you want to see an old video on the channel, click this link and one will come up now of something perhaps you haven't seen before, and you can keep traveling with Russell. Thanks everybody. I'm off on another adventure. Bye.